So in my dream, I just saw a pitch black background, and in the center there was a tiny red rose. And then the rose just started growing and growing and growing very slowly and very quietly. It was as if I'm zooming into it. My name is Kama. I am 33 and currently living in Berlin. I moved there just recently after spending about 7 years in New York. When I turned 30, right around my birthday, I found out that I have a genetic mutation that increases risk for breast cancer and ovarian cancer. I found out, I think by luck, when my mother asked me to get tested. I thought it was an unnecessary thing to do, but she kept insisting, that's what made me go. And within a few weeks, just got a phone from the doctor that really impacted immensely my life and what happened in the next months. Once I found out I have the mutation, I was scheduled into a more in-detail genetic consultation. Of course, in the time I had to wait, I was looking it up and making my own research of what it means, reading a lot of scary statistics. I admit that in my case, even though I heard the numbers, I wasn't so concerned because I think I didn't fully understand what it meant. I remember I had this thought that, okay, I didn't know I had this mutation and I wasn't going to do anything. Now I know that I have it. Why should I do anything? If my increase in risk starts in 5 years, maybe I should just forget about the whole thing and revisit it in a few years and start getting tested then. I think the whole thing was quite curious. I think I had a lot of luck. And yes, the process was very fast and surprising, but it wasn't one day, so to say. So I was waiting for my next round of tests, and then I still wasn't due for it, and I had a very strange dream. And after this dream, for some reason, I decided to request to take the test a few months earlier. I called and asked to be scheduled, and I was scheduled very quickly. And you can only take the MRI test in a certain time of the month because it's affected by hormones and period and so on. And I really went and took the MRI. It was the absolute last day I could do it before I was about to go on a long trip for a few months. And I took the MRI. The next day, or maybe a few days later, they already called me in for a biopsy. And even then, I wasn't concerned. I was still very, I think, naive about it, and I was just thinking, okay, they don't know my breast in detail yet. They just probably have some cyst or whatever they're going to check. I went to biopsy, just very light-minded about it. I think the biopsy was a Friday. It was a very painful test, and I took the weekend to recover from it. And then on Monday morning, the doctor called me to tell me that he's very sorry, but the results of the biopsy are positive and it's malignant. And that's how, within the first test I took that was a bit more serious, I was already diagnosed with cancer. So in my dream, I just saw a pitch black background, and in the center there was a tiny red rose. And then the rose just started growing and growing and growing very slowly and very quietly. It was as if I'm zooming into it until all I can see was just this flower, but it became monstrous. It started growing leaves in all directions and spikes, and it was a very threatening thing. I woke up from the dream and for some reason I felt like I had to write it down. I didn't know what it meant, it didn't connect in my head to cancer in any way, but I woke up, I felt very affected by this, and I wrote it down. Later on, when I got the results and I knew I had cancer, I opened my journal. I saw the last thing I wrote was this dream, and I saw it as a direct warning sign by my body that was telling me something is still small and is still in a manageable phase, but you need to act soon because it's getting really bad. Things did start moving very fast once I found out. I was presented with basically two options. The cancer was pretty early stage. I was diagnosed at stage 1, and they were suspecting it was only local, which mean that I wouldn't need to have very extensive treatments like chemotherapy, but I had to go through surgery, and I basically was presented with the option of either having a local surgery to just take out the tumor. Very often, women with this type of genetic mutation are recommended to take preventative measures, which mean removing both breasts, because that is the best way to prevent cancer from happening, is just not having the organ that you might develop cancer in present anymore. The thought of removing breasts in a full mastectomy felt very foreign on many levels. Obviously, the breasts are such a big part of my self-definition as a woman, and all the memories that come with it. Growing up, a teenager, boobs growing, the first bra, and so on. And thinking about a life without it, there's so many questions, like how is it going to feel like? How is it going to look like? They don't tell you. It's not like there were moments that friends told me maybe you can shop around for how your breast is going to look like, but it doesn't really work this way. Like you can't know what it would look like exactly after. You definitely cannot know what is it going to feel like, and a lot of fears of how are you going to feel with it, how your partner is going to feel with it, how are you going to feel just going into public showers in the public swimming pool. Of course, breastfeeding is also a big question. I don't have children yet, and the thought that I would never have the option to, it's just a feeling of I will know for sure that this will not be a possibility for me. All those things made me feel very much like, okay, I need a moment to take cancer out of the equation and then think if this is something I'm ready to do, knowing now that the risk I have is real. Meaning, if I keep my breasts, the likelihood that I will have breast cancer again is pretty high. Once the doctor called to inform me, he said that they will need a few more days to let me know the final details of the stage and type. And those couple days, I think it was maybe 4 or 5 days, were, I think, the longest days of my life, which I was just waiting for some kind of a verdict. And also, it was an intensive course that I made myself about breast cancer. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anyone who had it. It was all news to me, and I just sat for hours. I stopped going to work and just read everything I could, and I couldn't think about anything else. At the same time, when my family was trying to reach out to talk to me, I was trying to avoid conversation because I really didn't want them to think that, to be concerned with anything. Once the initial operation of removing the tumor was complete and I found out my cancer was localized, I had to choose if I'm going to proceed with removing my breasts fully for any future risk. And I decided after a long time that this would be the best option for me. My Operation was a few months later, and it was a very big day. I was preparing for it a lot. I remember the day itself felt actually quite good in the sense that I was just very surrounded with love and care from both family members who were there, and I was very fortunate to have an incredible medical team that was with me throughout the whole thing. I already knew the surgeons who were going to do this, and I just remember very well the moment of getting into the operation room, and it was a big moment for me because I knew I wasn't going to come out the same way I'm going in, like visually, physically, emotionally. And I remember I got into that bed, and just there's such a bright light in that room, and there were so many people running around, but immediately I was laying there and they covered me. And I mean, once the anesthetics start rolling in, it's very relaxing, and I remember kind of a feeling of like a little heaven in which I'm taken care of, very like from every direction. And of course, the next thing was waking up after. It takes a few minutes after waking up, understanding where you are and what just happened. And of course, I was very curious to just see what happened and to get a sense of what this new sensation feels like. But right after surgery, there's a lot of still blur from anesthetics, and I was just laying there kind of trying to keep calm and giving in to this like long process of recovery. Once you come out of the surgery, there's still a long process of reconstruction. I chose to have implant reconstruction, and because I had this, I started with having all kinds of things coming out of my breasts. I had like this tube which was taking out liquids that accumulate there. I had 4 of those sticking out from both my sides. And I remember the first time seeing it after surgery. It looked very different later on, once I had a follow-up surgery to complete the reconstruction, but at the very beginning it was just a complete shock because at first my breast was flat completely, and it was a very dramatic change. And it was just like I knew what was happening, but I felt like right now all I need to do is make sure I am better. And I told myself that with the emotional impact of this, I'm going to deal later, because there was just so many elements of recovery right at the beginning. Today I'm feeling really great, to be honest. I think this experience affected my life in many ways. Before I went through it, someone who went through it already told me, you'll see that you'll come out of it and it's not going to be such a big deal. And it's exactly that. It felt like it's going to be a huge thing to have my breast removed. It was just a very new thought, and now this is just the new normal. I feel like I have a great duty of talking about this and normalizing this experience, and I feel personally very confident with the outcome, and the public showers in the swimming pool is not a problem for me at all. I know that I feel like a completely different person before and after, and I do like this current version of myself more, I admit.